In today's video, we are talking about the 5 different things I do not waste my money on as a millionaire. I wanted to bring these items up because they are pretty simple things that we can all do to not waste our money. I am Tiffany Thomas, your wealth mentor. I achieved financial freedom in my 30s and became a millionaire at 40. I'm here to help you do that even earlier and easier, and without bias, since I do not work for any third parties. And if you are looking to become a millionaire or become financially free yourself, I do have a coaching program where you can work with me and I can help you do that. I will leave a link below in the description. You can click on that link and check out the details on how you can work with me. All right, let's dive into this and talk about these 5 different things that I do not waste my money on. The first one is not wasting my money on late fees. This one is really simple, I feel like. If we can get our money organized, then we do not need to be paying late fees. And if we are thinking, oh, I just don't have enough money to make certain payments by certain dates, then we need to get rid of those bills. We need to re-look at our finances, take a new look at our finances, and see exactly how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. And if we are having more money that's going out than is coming in, we need to look at our expenses and make adjustments, make improvements. And that way, it can help us not pay these late fees. Another thing that we can do is to automate our bills. This is one thing that I've done that makes a big difference. This has helped me not pay late fees because if it is automated, I don't even have to think about making the payment. It just comes out automatically every single month or whenever the payment is due. It is easy money that we can have in our own pockets if we're able to avoid these late fees. I wanted to share an example. I had a tenant a little while ago and he would pay the rental payment late every single month. He would pay it maybe about 10 days after it was due, so he would have to pay the late fee associated with that payment. He would do it every single month, and I thought, if you could just get a little more organized with your finances and pay it on time, you would be saving yourself so much money because he was doing this every single month. It wasn't just a one-time thing that happened. It was pretty much the entire time he was living there, which was over a year. So you can imagine that that amount added up to a significant amount over a year. So really take a look at if you are paying late fees and stop doing that, because it is really easy money that we can keep in our pocket if we can just be a little bit more organized. All right, the second item that I do not waste money on is credit card debt. You may have heard me talk about this before. I've never paid interest on any credit cards. I avoid credit card debt to an extreme matter. I do not want to be paying that high interest rate for purchases that I'm making. It increases the purchase price that I'm paying for that item, and I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be paying interest anyway. And if I'm paying that interest, that means that money isn't able to go towards something else, like saving up for an emergency fund or investing my money, whatever it might be, right? If we are paying these high interest rates on our credit cards, it's going to take us a lot longer to pay off that debt because we're paying so much in interest, and we're paying a significant amount more for whatever items we've purchased. So one rule I have made for myself is that if I can't afford it, I'm not going to purchase it. I'm not going to put it on a credit card and pay interest on that credit card over time. What I have done is open up a new credit card with a 0% interest rate for maybe 12 months or even 18 months. And that way I've made a larger purchase and I can pay that off over time, but I'm not paying any interest on that purchase that I had made on my credit card. So that is one option if we are looking to, for example, get concrete in our backyard like I did, and we want to, add a few other things to our backyard or something like that. We can definitely, look at opening a new credit card. And while I'm saying this, if you are not able to handle credit cards without paying interest, then this is not the route for you. But if you are able to do that, we can use credit cards to our advantage, and that is what I like to do. I like to take advantage of these 0% interest rates. That way I usually have the money anyway, so it could be either in investment, so I'm earning interest on that money, or it is in a savings account, a high yield savings account, and it's earning money on, my money is earning money sitting in that savings account. So even if I had the money, I can still pay it off over time with a 0% credit card. And that way I'm earning money instead of just doing a lump sum and paying for a large expense all at once. And if we do have credit card debt, we definitely want to make a list of all of those credit cards and the interest rates and our payments and see where we want to start paying that debt off. And I have another video breaking this down. I have 2 different ways that we can do this. So I will leave a link above. You can check that out later on. But that is definitely one thing I do not waste my money on, is credit card debt or paying interest on credit cards. All right, and then the third item that I want to talk about is I do not waste my money on lottery tickets. I cannot believe how many people actually buy lottery tickets or are actually gambling, because if we took a look at the stats, we would realize that we are not going to win the lottery. The stats are very, very low. And I actually break this down in another video, so I'll leave a link to that video above as well, and you can check that one out later on. But me realizing that I am not going to win the lottery, that is a very low chance that that would happen. I'm not going to waste my money on lottery tickets. And honestly, from what I have seen, the chances of winning the Powerball is roughly 1 in almost 300 million. That's a very, very small chance of winning Powerball. And yet, it's a fact that people who make less than $10,000 per year spend on average $597 on lottery tickets. That is 6% of their income just going to lottery tickets. Could you imagine if people took that 6% and invested that money instead? They are going to make a lot more money than if they are buying these lottery tickets and never winning. And also, even if you are winning the lottery, from what we have seen, lottery winners often go bankrupt shortly after because they don't know how to manage their money. And they all of a sudden have this huge influx of money, and so they just spend it and they eventually go bankrupt. So if we can just be smart in the beginning, realize our chances are way, way low of actually winning the lottery, and put our money somewhere where it is going to work for us, we are going to be a lot better off. And we're also learning how to manage our money and invest it. So when we do start to make our money work for us, we will know exactly how to handle that extra money. All right, the next item that I do not spend or waste money on is designer clothes and handbags. I have zero desire to spend money on designer clothes or handbags. They are so expensive. It is crazy to me. I can find nice clothes that I like I found some things at Target or even Costco. This is from Costco. I actually really like this sweatshirt. But I'm not spending maybe, $5 on all of my clothes. I do have some nicer items that have been a little bit more expensive. I would say under $100 though, for a nice coat, for example. So I'm not about just spending money on designer clothes and trying to impress people. I'm buying clothes that I think look nice, that are still going to last a while, and I feel comfortable in, and I'm comfortable with the price. And that way I can have more money to invest and continue to build my wealth over time. All right, and then the next item that I want to talk about is that I've never wasted money on. This is number 5. I've never wasted money on expensive cars. I know when people start making some money and they're really into cars, they want to buy a really expensive car, and yet they can't really afford that payment. So they are just essentially losing money as soon as they purchase that car because the value is dropping as soon as they drive it off the lot. When I bought my previous car, I planned on keeping that car forever. I kept it in really good condition. I always got my oil changed on time, and I just kept it really, really nice. And unfortunately, that car got totaled while it was parked on the side of the road. And I do have another video going over this story. If you want more details about it, I'll leave a link above. But nonetheless, that car got totaled, and I was devastated because I planned on keeping that car for the long term. And then I needed to buy another car, and I didn't buy something super extravagant. I actually did buy something a little more expensive than I perhaps should have, but nonetheless, it's a nice car, but it's not something that was going to break the bank. I wasn't getting a car that had a really high car payment that was going to stress me out every single month. I had the money to afford that car. So I wasn't just buying something super expensive and paying a lot more for that car by taking out a loan and paying interest on that car as well over a long period of time. That's not something that I want to do. And as we are thinking about these purchases that are more expensive, like cars or even homes, we want to make sure that we actually can afford them and that we want to afford them. Because honestly, we have to pay for that item over years and years, usually, because we are taking out a car loan for 5 years, or it could even be longer than that. They have car loans that are longer than 5 years now. So we want to be careful on what we are spending our money on, and is it really going to be worth it? We can buy a really good car for a lower price and still, have a good car that runs well and still has even good features, but we can have a really low car payment, or we can even wait and save up the money to purchase a car without taking out a car loan. And that way we aren't paying as much for the car if we were to take out a car loan because we aren't paying any interest for that item. So these big ticket items that we are purchasing, we want to be careful how much we are really spending on them, because that is a significant amount of money that we could put towards something else. We could put it toward investing. We could invest extra money and make our money work for us. And then if we wanted to, later on, when we have all of this extra money because we've invested it, then we could buy a luxury car and be just fine, not be even stressed about that. But if we aren't in that stage right now, then we don't want to be doing that. So that is one thing I've chosen not to spend my money on. When I purchase a car, I purchase it and I plan on holding it for the long term, as long as something bad doesn't happen like it did before. All right, so comment below and tell me if you are going to make any adjustments in what you are wasting money on or spending money on. I'm curious to know. And if you do want help in becoming a millionaire and learning to invest your money and manage it better, I do have a coaching program. I will leave a link below in the description. You can click on that link and get the details on how you can work with me to become a millionaire. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button and share it with whomever you would like to. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.